Welcome to Emily Provincial Park. We're staying here for 2 nights and I'm going to show you around the park, what it's like, and even outside around some of the neighboring towns to show you what we got up to.
This is our second official camping trip, and although we still are kind of slow to get set up, it went so much smoother than our first trip. You can check that video out to see our first camping experience at Darlington Provincial Park here. We finally got on the road and had a 1-hour drive to Emily Provincial Park, located on Pigeon Lake in Omemee, Ontario, and most of the drive was pretty picturesque. So we just arrived to Emily Provincial Park and now we are getting ready to fill up our tank with potable water. So we stopped over at the water filling station and Ellen is getting situated. This station has a nozzle that you can screw onto, which is great because as you can see, that's not going to reach and we need to add our own hose here. Where is it, Alan?
Just in here, just crammed in a little bit too much. I need a minute.
The struggle is real. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about how we checked in here. So when we went to Darlington Provincial Park, there was actually a little gatehouse and you just drove straight up and they took your information, registered you for your site, even if you pre-registered. And here it was a little different. So you actually had to park your trailer in their parking lot, walk up to the little gatehouse and then register. So that was the only difference. I actually didn't mind it and it wasn't too busy. And then if you go right past the stop sign on your way in, you can come to this water filling station. So it's really convenient on your way in. Just don't do what we did and drive past it and then have to turn around. We have a small trailer, so it wasn't too difficult, but if you have a large trailer, that's probably not going to be possible. Let's see if Ellen finally got the hose out. Hooray!
Hooray.
Okay, so this is our water filter. It's supposed to filter out germs, bacteria.
All the bad stuff. So I'm gonna run this first before it goes into the trailer because we've never used this water filter before.
Okay, I'm gonna stand back because I don't want to be covered in water. Woohoo!
After we filled our water tank, we made our way to Site 253 in the Circle Campground area and parked the trailer, aka Polly Pocket. That's our first time having to reverse.
One time.
Nice.
I didn't have to before. No, I think so.
What an ordeal. So our campsite was really nice, except it was all muddy on the one side. So the way we originally parked it wasn't going to work because this thing just kept sliding and we couldn't get the tire on it. It was just dragging it along the muddy floor. So we repositioned the trailer and now it's more private anyway. So we're gonna continue to get set up. We set up our site and now we just drove down to the park store so that we can get some firewood and some other necessities. And nobody's down at the beach, so we're gonna take you along and show you what it looks like down there now. This beach said no swimming permitted, so we think it was to launch your water vessels or just enjoy the water views. If you are looking to rent a canoe, a kayak, or a paddleboard while you're at Emily Park, you can do it for $20 for 2 hours or $35 for 4 hours. The opening hours are from 10 to 2 at this little rental shack here, so make sure you plan accordingly if you want to get out on the water. If you need ice, they have tons of ice here for purchase, and live bait and firewood, which is what we came for, so we need to go inside and buy some.
The The park store wasn't too big, but it did have some essentials if you forgot anything or ran out. They also had some hoodies, sweatshirts, and t-shirts, some small souvenirs, ice cream bars and freezies, a coffee station, and then they had some refrigerated beverages and a selection of snacks, including s'mores ingredients, bottled water, small propane tanks, and some sunscreen and pharmacy items.
It's a good thing we got here when we did, because they're open until 8 p.m. at the store on Fridays, but every other day it's only till 4:30. So make sure you bring what you need, or you'll have to wait until the next day if you need to go to the store.
We made it back to the campsite area, and my brother-in-law had a smoker ready to go for some late night dinner. We had a fire, and they also put on about 20 pounds of pork to smoke overnight. We tested out our new griddle on our camp stove, made ourselves some breakfast sandwiches, and then started our day exploring the area outside of the park.
If you're camping at Emily Provincial Park and you want to leave the park and do something, you can come to Peterborough and visit Haven Brewing Company or Bob Cajun Brewing Company. We did both, and we also ventured into Omemee, so we'll show you what these things are like.
We started off by visiting Bob Cajun Brewing Company, and surprisingly, it's not located in Bob Cajun as you'd expect. They had a great mural on the wall, some tasty beers, and a lot of bench-style seating inside. Then it was off to Haven Brewing Company. They had seating indoors and outdoors, and there was plenty of seating options when we arrived. We can definitely recommend both of these breweries. After that, we went back to the town of Omemee to look around. If you're staying at Emily Park and need to pick anything up, it's only a 10-minute drive to downtown Omemee, and there's a Foodland grocery store, a pharmacy, convenience store, and the LCBO for booze and beer. So it's a pretty convenient location if you need anything the park store doesn't have. Now let's finish our tour of the park and our sites, starting with the restrooms and showers in the Circle Campground area, just a short walk from our site.
The bathrooms are just being cleaned by one of the Ontario Park staff. I think they're starting with the men's side and working their way to the ladies, but I'll give you a quick tour of the ladies' washrooms and showers so you can see what it looks like.
There were 4 showers here that didn't look too bad, and they had latch locks, a small bench, and hooks on the wall inside. The women's washroom had mirrors, electrical outlets, and 4 toilets, and for not being cleaned yet, they were in good condition. Then we made our way to one of the hiking trails.
We're on the Marsh Trail right now, and we're not sure if it actually takes us to the beach or not, but we did want to point out that these are very well-groomed and well-kept trails. So even if you have like an accessibility issue or something like that, I think that these would still be fine to get around in.
Yeah, absolutely. Well groomed. There's not really a whole lot on the ground here. It's nice and soft on your feet.
But there are some mosquitoes, so definitely bring some bug spray. Well, we've hit a dead end, so we're heading back the other way, and we're en route to find the swimming beach. Though it is pretty chilly, so we don't think anyone's really going to be swimming today, but we will see when we get there. So this is one part of the trail that may not be super accessible. If you have like a walker or a wheelchair or some sort of like scooter, this would not be a great spot. It's very muddy.
Bring off-road shoes if you have them.
I'm not wearing my off-roads, but Alan is.
Yeah, I got the off-roads. Good to go. So a couple of rough patches, as you just saw, but the rest of the trails are really nice.
All right, let's keep going. we made it to the beach and the boat launch. So this is where you can go fishing and actually launch your boat if you're coming to Emily Provincial Park. And we actually see that there are certain fish on the map here that you can fish for. So this is the muskellunge pattern variations. Clear spotted barred hybrid tiger, and then the northern pike. So you need to know what you're fishing for while you're here. Another thing that you need to look out for if you're down here by the water is goose poo. There is tons and tons of goose poo around here, and now we're gonna show you the beach.
The beach was pretty big, and since it was early in the season, there wasn't really anyone using it. It did seem more muddy than sandy, but the water was calm and it would probably be nice and refreshing in the summer. Just remember, there are no lifeguards on duty.
And by the beach here, you will find some comfort stations. I'm gonna go take a look right now. There is water outside here. And then we have hand sanitizer. And it looks like a vault toilet. There is a kids changing station. It looks like they do have full toilet paper here, but I'm not going to be using these washrooms today. A garbage station, recycling, and the male washroom. We retraced our steps and we did find the parking lot for the boat launch and what we believe is the beach parking lot here. And there is also more parking just down here for the beach. Just know that you can get there walking fairly easily. I think it would be easier to drive though.
On our walk back, we found another large restroom and shower station, and a playground that was pretty busy with kids.
We are here with 5 different groups, so there are 5 sites that we are occupying right now between all of the people we're here with. So we're gonna show you what they look like. All right, this is site 252. It's a pretty large site, definitely easy to pull into, to back into, and if you have a small enough trailer, it could be a pull around site. The fire is in the back right-hand corner and the power is very close over there. Maybe you can't see, but it's right there, so it's not a very far distance from the trailer. We are on site 253, so this is our site. As you can see, we have a very tiny trailer and we parked it on an angle to give a little bit of privacy here on our site. But it is a pretty big site. There is decent privacy and space between the site beside us, which is okay because we're with those folks. And you can see our power goes all the way over here. And then there is a good amount of trees and privacy between the road and the next site. You can see the site across from us here is pretty open. We are also with these folks, but it's a pretty nice shaded site. And then 255 over here is my sister's site. They've got a very large trailer. Power is right here. They have it pulled right back in. Campfire is here, and they've got their outdoor kitchen set up back there. And now if we go around the corner, 245.
This site was pretty open with a fire pit in the center and got good sun and shade.
Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing our camping trip here at Emily Provincial Park. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more camping adventures coming soon.
Stay tuned as I try to fill as many pages as I can this summer in my Ontario Provincial Parks passport.